Good afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone, Conversation with the Ancients. I'm Priscilla, and I'm a crone, a light worker, a healer, a channel, all kinds of different things. A mom, a grandma, a great-grandma.
Great grandma. That's me,
right.
not you.
I am a great-grandma.
Oh, that's right. You are.
I am.
That's right.
Anyway, today's show is on reincarnation or past lives. And we hope you enjoyed our Saturday show on crystals. We got a lot of feedback on that, and thank you very much. We so loved it. We want to welcome our YouTube subscribers and watchers, as well as our Facebook family. It's wonderful to be live on both places. And if you want to get in the chat, you'll have to go into YouTube to be able to get into the chat. But before we get started on the show, let me introduce you to my friend Heather and her cards.
Hi, I'm Heather. I'm a psychic medium. I read cards. I see ghosts a lot.
You do indeed.
And I'm getting better at interpreting everything. It's there.
That's right. We just want to say hi to Ron and hi to Terra Living with Manasa. And whoever else is down there, I can't see because we only see 4 things.
Right.
But that's okay. No big deal.
No big deal.
Oh, Jules is here too. Great. Fantastic.
Okay. Well, I will go ahead and do some cards and find out what they want us to know right now. So, I love these cards because they talk to me.
We love those cards because they talk to you.
Yeah.
They talk good to you. So how is everybody today? We have had a yoga class already and showered and freshened up from that. It was rather warm today, but we had a nice breeze. My friend Jules here, she was with us earlier today. Beautiful weather in Key West, I must say, even if it is a little bit humid today. And yoga class is always good. I always feel good after yoga class. So what do we have today, Miss Card Lady? Here are your cards. You're going to have to kind of scooch them.
You're right. I need to move.
Sorry about
up.
that. I forgot about Card Cam.
And okay. So what we're dealing right now is our recognition from other people and from ourselves as far as that goes. And what's stopping us from that recognition, especially of ourselves, is our confidence. Okay.
Or lack of.
Or lack of, what is that? I can't remember what we did the show on.
The imposter syndrome?
That's what I was thinking.
Absolutely.
The imposter syndrome. And so it's causing a storm in our soul because the soul says we can do everything, but we're also fighting with ourselves. And for us to do that, we need to return to spirit, which we keep trying to do.
With our meditations and our yogas.
And bringing up our frequencies and things like that. And they're saying all you need is a little fairy magic. And with you have the fairy magic, which is, yes, I can type magic, it will override the lack of confidence. And you'll have faith in yourself. And others will have faith in you too. So it's kind of describing me in this last week. I've gotten a lot more confidence in what I'm seeing and understanding. And it's putting a lot more faith in myself. But I'm sure it's doing the same thing for you guys. But I'm just telling you this works.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Perfect message for today, isn't it? That's
it
fantastic. So, past lives, reincarnation, parallel lives, alternate lives, they're all basically the same things, aren't they? Or is there such a thing? And if so, how do we access that information? Well, I've accessed it a couple of times in different ways.
Me too.
That's right. You have past life regression therapy, or you can do access the Akashic records through a guide, somebody that you know that it can access the records. And they're also, holo records, Akashic records. You can
Past
always
lives.
past lives. Perfect. You can dig in there for the past life. So you can access the Akashic records, or you could do your own meditation and access your higher self to let you know about your past lives. Past life regression is a form of hypnotherapy. It's very gentle, and it takes you back through time, through previous lives, and those lives are normally just hidden from your subconscious mind. You just can't access them quickly. So it's easier to do like a self regression or a hypnotherapy regression. And the Akashic records are different. Hi, Sun Psychic Jean. Lovely to have you here. Listening
Hi.
from the car. I love that. Be careful out there. So the Akashic records are like a database you can find on your computer. And in it are the records of everything that's ever happened or ever will happen, every thought, notion for each and every soul that's in this universe.
At the same time.
All at the same time. So we talked about the Akashic records in episode 22 on, I think, on 510, whenever that was. I can't really remember. And we're going to focus on past life regression today. And different ways that we've done it, but we both had experiences. And if you guys have had any experience with it, please let us know, because we'd love to discuss it with others. And we'll talk about that
Later.
in a little bit.
Okay, so reincarnation is the spiritual belief that each of us goes through a series of lifetimes for the purpose of spiritual growth and soul development. Now, for this show, we're going to use the term reincarnation, but while time is linear where we live, it's not. Everywhere else, the past tense, the future, they coexist at the same time. Reincarnation is closely linked to the concept of karma. It's a Sanskrit term, and we'll talk about that some other time.
I think that's our next show.
I think so, yeah. It's related to cause and effect, and we do that next Saturday. Reincarnation has existed in various religions for at least 3,000 years, and in many ancient cultures for even longer.
Yeah.
Such as shamanism, druidism, Native American tribes, and Norse mythology. Philosophers such as Orpheus, Plato, Pythagoras, and Socrates all believed in reincarnation. One of the best known studies in the past life experience was by Dr. Ian Stevenson. Now, he was a psychiatrist at the University of Virginia School of Medicine, and he was the founder and director of the Division of Perceptual Studies. He investigated and documented some 3,000 cases in over 40 years. And he concluded that memories, emotions, and even physical injuries in the form of birthmarks could be transferred from one life to another.
And I think we all believe that.
Yes, we do anyway.
So a past life regression session guides you into a deep, quiet, peaceful state. It can help you reconnect with past life experiences, help you understand why you feel a deep connection with certain people, certain places, or music or painting or whatever. Explore your past life and current soulmate experiences. Identify physical ailments you may have had with remnants from the past life. Explore unresolved emotions which have carried through into this lifetime, creating fears and beliefs which you have been unable to explain. And I actually had that. One of my past life experiences, I crawled out a window as a toddler, and this life I've always been afraid of heights. And since I died as a toddler crawling out the window, that absolutely explains that, I thought, anyway. Mm-hmm. It allows you to access and embrace the key lessons that you've learned through other lives. So I wanted to tell one of an experience I had recently with Sun Psychic Jean, where I went to the Hall of Records, the Hall of Knowledge, with her, and we discovered a past life of me as an assistant to Nostradamus. And I was his helper. I was his assistant, his scribe. He apparently was a... Hi, Juno. How are you doing? Hi, Mary Thornberry. I was his assistant and worked with him through all of his communications with the other side. He was actually, I believe, dipping into other dimensions. So I figured fifth dimension is what he was dipping into. And the experience, so my experience was with a psychic medium who led us there with the help of our guide, who happened to be Metatron. And he guided us into the Hall of Records, which was being, had Anubis standing outside. That was fascinating. Anubis was enormous. And so, hi, Linda. Welcome, everybody. Love to have you here today. So that was really an experience with Sun Psychic Jean, and she is fantastic. If you ever want to have a past life experience and really don't want to go into regression or anything, she can take you there. She can take you right there. And as a matter of fact, you and I both have had experiences with her. So, I guess the next one's yours.
It's all right.
This is another experience, and this one was...
Well, I've been thinking about it, and there are so many that I remember. And I'll go through those later, but the one that's really important to me is the one for Chopin. Because when I was a kid in grade school, and I'm dating myself, there was a movie about Chopin's life, and it was on $1 Million Movie. It was on 7 days a week, 2 movies in a row of the same thing. And my mom would let me stay up. I know, it was a weekly, it was on every week. The same movie played all week long, so I would sit there and watch them. And I just was enthralled with Chopin and his music. I just loved it. Anyway, after that, it got to be that every time I heard a classical piece that he had written, I would be listening to classical. My folks were both classical musicians. And every once in a while I'd say, now that's a Chopin piece. I'd never heard it before, but I knew it was Chopin. I couldn't figure out why. So I finally asked somebody while she was channeling why that was that I could identify all these songs. And they said I was George Sand's. Well, that made sense to me. So I asked him, because George Sand's was the lover of Chopin.
His muse, his everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that made a lot of sense to me because, okay, I've heard everything he ever written because he wrote it at my house in the country. So that made a lot of sense, and I actually know who Chopin was to me at that time. He's just a different person.
It's just fascinating.
It was, and it was so great. And my daughter even bought me this little statue of Chopin. Not that you can see it because there's too much light, but that was a Christmas present.
So
Chopin.
cute.
Yeah. And later on, I found, that one I've had all my life. That somebody also told me that I was a farm wife at one time, and...
You were a farm wife.
Yeah, but other than this one, because this one conked whoever told her that her husband had died in battle, conked him on the head with a skillet. He did a little damage. A lot of damage.
That's funny.
Because I was upset. And then I'd also been a courtesan. They didn't say anything about it. I said, but at least it was a courtesan and not just, And then I've also been an orphan. Now, this was a past life regression where I was an orphan and miserable. And then I was also in a much beloved family situation to where I was like the matron and everybody was there.
Did you recognize the lessons in those?
Not until you helped me.
But you have.
I have, right.
Sometimes it's a little hard to figure out, well, why are they showing me this? What is it? How does it relate to now? Luckily, when you do something with Sun Psychic Jean, she can ask that question.
And she can help
and you
a
can
lot.
get an answer.
But those two things just really upset me, and I didn't understand why until we got to talking, which is why it's nice to have somebody you can talk to and help you find those things.
Yeah, besties are really good for talking
Yes.
things out.
And of course, with Sun Psychic Jean, I was a trapeze and a mother, trapeze artist mother. And she helped explain that too. And I appreciate that greatly because I would never have figured that out.
No.
No, it was
No,
like I was
it's
having trouble with
understandable.
the other two. So it explained a lot once we got to talking. So anyway, those are the ones that I know of. I'm sure there's more.
Oh, I'm sure we'll discover more as we go along. Like, how many thousands of parallel lives are there out there?
Oh, who knows?
Who knows?
And
So
it's all happening at the same time.
exactly, it's all happening at the same time, but not in 3D.
Not in 3D.
Not in 3D
there's a
Earth.
timeline.
So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to put up, I think, this is a past life regression meditation, and if anybody would like it, I'd be absolutely delighted to email it to you. It's 2 pages. This is basically what my regression therapist followed. I took one that was on the internet and wrote in what I actually did with this therapist, and this is how you do it. So I thought that was pretty neat, and I wanted to share this. If anybody, like I said, would like a copy of it, I'll be more than happy to email you a copy of it. So last fall when we went to Sedona, the first thing I wanted to do was past life regression therapy. My father was actually a practitioner of PLR when I was a little girl, but he had moved away from that once I got old enough to realize what it was, but I've always been fascinated by that. So I had it done, and in mine I had 3 different lives, and I already spoke a little bit about the first one of them. That was Baby Lola. And Baby Lola was a toddler, and I think it was like a New York tenement. And my mother was actually my older sister in this life, my older sister Sherry. She was my mother in that life. And in this life, being the eldest in our family, she did much to raise me and my little sister. And I was pretty much her little mini-me until she moved away from home. And even for years, I was just super tight with her. So Lola, she was my mom in that life. And little Lola crawled out a window and fell to her death. Oh, lucky
is so
you,
cool.
Linda. Lucky you. So
Sedona.
that was little Lola. Then in another life, I was a jazz musician. I was black. I was wearing a zoot suit, if you know what those are. An absolute ne'er-do-well who I shot my girlfriend and her lover and then myself. So that was rather interesting.
I'll bet.
And then the third one was I was standing on the steps of some type of I don't know if it was some kind of a huge building in Egypt, and I was standing on the steps looking out over the pyramids. Do I really say this? I'm going to say it. And I watched the gold capstone being placed on the top of the Great Pyramid by a UFO. It was levitating the gold cap onto the largest pyramid. And if I'm not mistaken, I was a giant of some sort and a priest. And that's pretty much all I know, except for that it looked like those pictures of the Sumerians.
What about you and your daughter?
No, I'll say I haven't asked her about that, so I don't want to say that.
Okay.
I didn't want to bring that one up.
I know I worked underground during the war, but I don't know anything about it.
And what war are you referring to?
The
World War II?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We hadn't brought that up yet.
Sorry.
So, World War II.
I just thought of it.
Anyway, so I believe I was an Anunnaki but I'm not positive with that. I'd like to find out more. So
They're fun looking at your past lives.
it can be
There's
very
good reason
interesting.
for it, but it's also kind of fun to know, oh, I was there.
Well, and I kind of lost track when I was talking about the one I did with Sun Psychic Gene, because as I was Nostradamus's helper, and all those the same ways, I was the helper to my husband when he realized he was psychic and thought he was going nuts. As an engineer, he couldn't really
Right.
deal with the messages that he was getting. So I didn't find anything unusual about it, and I helped him through learning how to deal with that and accepting it and becoming. You could take whatever he told you to the bank. It was the most incredible stuff. But he never did it for money or for the public, really, unless it was just a message he got while we were out somewhere. And that happened too. So, but it was interesting to see the relationship in this life and the relationship in that particular life, how that has worked out in this life. And the same thing with the fear of heights. I'm sure that came from little Lola crawling out the window. So I think there's a lot of benefit to past life regression, however you want to do it. And there's many ways. I'm going to go to the next page because I don't know if you guys can take a picture of that.
And I was going to say, they help explain some of your behavior today.
Absolutely, it does.
And it helps you in your shadow work.
Yeah, it does.
Because it helps point out where it is you need to be.
It certainly does. It deepens our self-awareness. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So
does.
I highly encourage anybody that has any interest in it to find a practitioner or a psychic you trust. There's plenty of gifted people out there, online and easy to find. And anyway, so we remember, I guess, whatever method resonates with you, go for it. Give it a try.
Yep. It really does help you understand why you do things. And there are so many ways to access it. And it was so fun to watch what you guys were writing.
You know, Heather and I are both horse people too.
Yeah.
I raised gypsy cobs in Texas before I moved here, and American miniature horses in England when I lived there.
Right.
And she rode hunters and jumpers.
Right. When I was a kid, yeah.
That's interesting, Juno.
That's great.
I've heard he's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his last name. Anyway, does anybody have any questions? And if not, then I guess we'll go into card reading. I didn't realize the show was going to be so short, but that's okay too.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. We just try to cover.
Juno, I practiced the reconnection and reconnective healing, Eric Pearl's healing modality. And the first thing I practiced on was my horses. And they loved it. They would all gather around me whenever I would work on them. They just absolutely loved it. And it helped so much for strains and small things that would go wrong daily with a horse, as they do.
Yeah, you can, when you're using energy healing, you don't even have to touch them. That's just there. It's great.
I love energy work. We've been doing energy work together for about 10 years now. Yeah, 2012
Right.
is when we started doing healing work together. And we created our own methodology. We called it evolution therapy because according to our psychics, it was a new modality. Nothing we could teach. It was just something for the two of us.
And it works.
And it works. We do a lot of remote healing, and we can work on anybody anywhere in the world. But those are you that are familiar with.
Wow.
Wow, Juno's saying she was burned at the stake as a witch in a past life, which is why she has such a camera phobia. I'm afraid to be seen. I understand that. I was hunted
Yep.
down by the townsfolk because I had healed a void with an elixir.
Yeah, all you had to do is work with your essentials. Like oils and
Oh,
plants.
damn. Then you were a witch. Yes,
That's cool.
beautiful.
There you go. Great, Linda.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go back to card cam. Okay, everybody, I know you guys want cards. Juno, Linda, you guys, I know you do.
Get this. What?
It'll come back.
There you are. Now, Linda needs to finish whatever she wrote.
Yes, please. Is Jules still here? Okay.
You love a card. Do you want me to
You
pick
got-
it? You want her to pick it, or would you like to pick a number?
Either I'll pick the cards or you all give me or give Heather a number to pick, and I'll write it down so we'll get them. This is actually so much fun. I love picking cards. Okay, Jules says I can pick for her.
All right. Go right ahead.
You have a big event coming up on Thursday. What do you see?
You're going to be busy.
Okay, one for Jules. Get my spidey sense for Jules. Immunity.
Immunity.
Oops. They can't
That's
see
okay.
that.
There, now we can see it.
Hi, Scott.
Thank you for coming.
I'm still working, waiting for a
For
cheese
Jules,
pickup.
on the immunity,
Ooh.
you need to work on that a little. You're a little too accessible, and you're you need to build up your energy and your heart and spread it around you
Wow.
to help, because you're like I said, too accessible, and you don't want that. Because you need to protect yourself a little bit more, so that
Energetically?
energetically, so that you are more immune to the negative vibes that you're picking up. Like
Being that she's an empath, she needs to
right.
put a bubble around herself and block everybody else's energy.
Yeah,
Only that which is for your highest good.
exactly.
Yeah, that's what
Exactly.
you need to do. Linda, that's the strangest thing I've ever heard, and that is so cool.
What?
The witch trials were in did I get this right? 1692, and you were born in 1962. That's pretty weird.
That's weird.
Yeah, you were probably a burned witch. Okay,
who's
Juno
next?
wanted 19.
Okay,
1962.
and I know that
Babies, all of you babies.
Scott wanted one too. 40 block, not for you, huh?
40-pound blocks. Wow, that's fascinating, Juno.
Wow.
You guys are amazing. I love cheese, but I don't think I could eat a 40-pound block.
Go in the freezer. I would just talk off. I'd probably hack it into little pieces.
Okay, is
first.
this for Juno? That's 19.
1, 2,
and
3,
then
4,
Scott
6,
wanted one, and Mary wanted one.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Manifest. Oh,
Woohoo!
that's a nice card to have, because it says you're ready to manifest things, and don't be afraid to. You're really leery of it, but don't. It's there for your taking.
Whoa.
Okay, that's a nice card.
I think that's the card you got for your, that's the information for your show or whatever it is you're doing. You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Packing places, cut the blocks up to small. Oh, yeah, sure. I'm sure.
Yay, Linda. We're witches too, sort of. But that's what they call us.
Juno, go for it. You got the goods, baby. You've got the goods. You know you've got the goods. I understand the fear. God almighty, I was trembling the first day I came on this YouTube. Well, probably the first
Scott just needs one.
Probably the first 2 weeks I did this, I was literally trembling every time I sat down. It's gotten a lot better.
They're telling me you're gifted.
We all know he's gifted.
We know, but they're repeating it. Why are they repeating that you are gifted? So they're telling you to quit doubting yourself. Be more confident in what you're saying. They're saying you are gifted. Accept
Scott,
it.
you know you're gifted, and
Accept
I agree.
it.
Limburger stinks.
Yes, it does.
So does blue cheese, but I love blue cheese too. Hi,
Okay.
WG. Okay, Mary's one. We need
Mary.
Mary one, and WG one. And Linda. Got it.
What is that?
What?
Scots. I'm trying to figure out what those.
It's little hearts and
Yeah, I know.
flowers.
Embarrassed? No, you shouldn't be. You are gifted. I liked Limburger too. It was really flavorful.
Ugh.
I didn't want to smell it. I just liked the taste of it with wine.
That makes sense.
Okay, who's next?
I believe this is for Miss Mary.
Miss Mary. Knowledge.
Ooh.
I'm getting you know an awful lot more than you're letting on. You need to explore that a little bit.
Hi, Epiphany.
So,
Listen, he's doing it, pulling it again. He just wants another card.
okay, I can ask for another card. I was just surprised to see gifted. They said it twice.
What about Miss Mary?
I said she knows more than she should, than what you realize you know. And you need to explore those areas and open yourself up to them. Understand that one? Okay.
I think she
Good.
did. Great. WG.
WG.
And Miss Jean wants one too. You got it, Miss Jean. We'll get to you.
And where's Scott down there again?
And we'll put him after Jean.
Okay.
How many of you guys out there have had past life regression therapy or done any past life work at all? Anybody? This is
Linda.
No, that WG.
WG. The card is prayers. Let me think about that.
Wow, that's cool. Oh, wow. There's a QHHT lady that lives up the Keys from here. I've been wanting to talk to her. Scott has.
What I'm getting is that you
This is for WG.
yeah. You don't need the prayers, you just need to do. Does that make sense? You just need to do. You don't need all the prayers that you're meditation, yes, but just do. Okay?
Sweet. And the next one's for Linda. You know, I couldn't be hypnotized when I was younger, and I think it was my fear of somebody taking control of me.
I know I had the same problem.
I would not allow it. I would just go inside and go and not. I wouldn't let it. It was awful.
And I used to hate readings so much that I would close myself off. They really couldn't read me. I have to make a conscious effort to open up.
You guys have had some amazing experience. WG says she was a slave, a witch, high priestess, high priest, a Knights Templar burned at the stake. Yikes.
I would bet that everyone in our audience has been called a witch.
And been
had
burned at the stake or
done
drowned or
something
something.
like that.
I'm sure it. We all have Queen in Atlantis. Cool. Wow, that's brave, Juno.
Wow. Okay, I
Yeah,
am
I understand,
looking on
Epiphany. I'm
Linda.
sorry. This one is on for Linda.
That's who I thought. Ooh, you're doing things right. But make sure they want you to continue doing things in the right order, the way they need to be done. Don't just leapfrog over, because some of those steps that you need to take, you really need to take. So make sure that you complete everything. And that includes getting protection for yourself before you start. Okay? Get your protection, clean the area, make sure you've got it. Okay? So don't skip some of those steps or you're opening yourself up for trouble.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Next is Jean.
Okay. Gee.
Interesting, Juno.
Cool.
A coven. Atlantis royalty.
See what I mean about everybody being a witch?
Yeah, we are. We're all witches.
I
I'm
know
okay with that, and I don't
No, it's okay.
worry about persecution anymore. Apparently, I haven't for a long time, because that was one of the things Jean said. Good girl, Linda.
Yes.
Me too, Juno. I'm very scribe-like.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Me too.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. Okay, this is for Jean. Sun Psychic Jean. You know how much we love you. Gifted.
Tell us something we don't know. You are extremely gifted. Keep doing what you're doing. It's going to get easier and easier and easier.
Grew up in Lilydale. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's okay. I know I was a priest or a priestess. I don't know which one it was in Egypt, but I know I was there. So it's really funny. You know, a lot of things pop in as it keeps going. It says, yeah, I was. That's cool.
Jeans.
All right. You like I said, everything's going to get easier. You're going to really relax eventually, because you are not relaxed. But your giftedness you'll become, I mean, you're already pretty confident, but there are times when you question yourself and you don't need to. You're right on. So you are extremely gifted.
Okay, the last one's for Scott. To clarify, you should have brought your I don't give a shit cards or the.
I want to research those a little bit.
I agree. Sun Psychic Jean reminds me of the Oracle of Delphi.
Yes, she does.
She's truly gifted and amazing and loving. Like everybody out there, you guys, we're so appreciative of all your love and good wishes. I can't tell you how much it means to us. And you're all wonderful, and we appreciate you, each and every one of you. Okay, Scott, this is your clarifier.
You don't have enough confidence in yourself, which is why not everybody knows all the things that you can do.
Ooh. Are you holding out on us, Scott?
Yeah. And it's due to your lack of confidence, and if you were to do it more, you become more confident. Trust yourself. You have what it takes.
We all know that.
Yeah, we know that. Yes, you know you're gifted, but you're not really confident about it. And there are more modalities that you can handle if you look up into them. Okay?
I like the fact that Scott's a closet channeler like me. I love the fact you go to your car, your truck, and you put... I just
and
so
relax.
get that, how you relax with everything quiet around you. I love that. Well, thanks everybody for coming. We sure appreciate
Did
each
that
and every
help you?
one of you.
Scott, did that help?
Yeah.
Okay.
We love you all. You know, we're going to talk about karma next week. I haven't had a reading with Wisdom Seeker Joan yet. I'm looking forward to that. She seems so lovely. I haven't scheduled one, but I did schedule one with Kigaru Terry. I can't wait for that. I agree, Linda. Scott Master Chief. Okay, I think that's a great nickname for him. We just call him Master Chief from now on because he's like fabulous.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Love you guys. We're going to pull one more card for the day.
Your turn.
Get my spidey sense for what we need to know for the rest of the week. Ooh. Music. Dance.
Music, yes. It makes you feel better, too. It raises your vibration.
They all are.
Music is one of the things that we need to encourage. And I'm not talking about the old pop, which is so masochist. Is that the word?
Misogynistic.
That's the word, misogynistic. Yeah, because it makes you sad. You don't need the music that makes you sad. Let's see.
We need music to dance and play to. Bring out
and
that
go
inner
ahead
child.
And dance at home. It's fine. It makes you happy.
It does.
And even if you're just chair dancing, we do a lot of that. With what you're doing, that's great because it makes you feel better. Think about it. When
Raises
you're
your
out
vibration.
Dancing,
Dancing, music.
Makes you feel good and puts you in a better mood.
It does.
Music is one of the important things that we need to incorporate into our lives.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And I listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
But you know what? I quit listening to all the stuff that I loved in the thank you. Yes, you are definitely a crone. Well, I'm turning 70 this year, and I'll let her tell you her age because I'm not going to do it. But I turned 70 in October because I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What is this year? It's
this is 70.
22?
24th.
20?
52. I was born in 52. What do you ask?
I know. What is this year? 2000 what? 22?
Yeah. You don't know the year we're in?
I never do. I'm 72.
Of course you are.
I figure it out.
That's right. You're 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to talk about karma on Saturday's show, and I hope you all have a fantastic week, and we'll join you on whoever else's show we get to watch this week because I love talking to you guys in the chat where I can't do it here.
Right.
So it's fun.
And we love watching you guys.
We do. And we love you all and think you're fabulous. And we know major notes affect the physical body and minor notes affect the mind. I did not know that, Juno. That's cool. Interesting information.
Either way, music is a good thing for us.
It is. Yeah. So have a great week.
Yes.
We love you, and we'll see you on Saturday, and we'll talk all about karma. And if you have any stories to tell, please,
we'd love to read them.
Yes, send them in the chat, whatever. We love you guys.
Much
see you next
love.
time.
Bye.